15 major American airports echoing with an eerie silence that would send chills down your spine. Where you'd normally hear the constant hum of travelers, rolling suitcases, and departure announcements, there's now nothing. 3 million trips gone. Not delayed, not rescheduled, completely canceled. And experts are pointing directly at lingering trade policies, economic turbulence, and a perfect storm that's making the world think twice about visiting America. This isn't your typical tourism slowdown, folks. We're witnessing something that could fundamentally reshape how America fits into the global travel landscape. So here's the million-dollar question. Is American tourism broken beyond repair? Let me paint you a picture of how dramatically things have shifted. Just 18 months ago, the American tourism machine was firing on all cylinders. International visitors were flooding in at record numbers. We're talking a 37% surge in arrivals. Cities like Miami and Vegas were posting occupancy numbers that hadn't been seen since before the pandemic hit. But then 2025 happened, and everything came crashing down. It wasn't one catastrophic event. It was like watching dominoes fall in slow motion. Economic anxiety, political uncertainty, and skyrocketing costs created a perfect storm that caught everyone off guard. When the dollar strengthened against major currencies like the euro and yen, suddenly that American vacation became a luxury that fewer people could afford. But here's where it gets really concerning. It's not just about money anymore. A recent survey revealed something shocking. 41% of potential European and Latin American tourists are actively avoiding the United States, not because they can't afford it, but because they feel unwelcome. Think about that for a moment. The country that once branded itself as the land of opportunity is now being perceived as hostile territory by nearly half of potential visitors from our closest allies. Now let's talk about the airports bearing the brunt of this crisis. These aren't small regional terminals we're discussing. These are major transportation hubs that serve as economic lifelines for their communities. Cleveland, St. Louis, Tampa, Charleston, Albuquerque, Sacramento, San Antonio, all seeing flight reductions between 30 and 60%. Orlando International, the gateway to Disney World magic, lost nearly 700,000 passengers compared to last summer. Pittsburgh International watched 2 transatlantic routes disappear in a single month. The stories from these airports are haunting. Social media is flooded with videos that look like scenes from a post-apocalyptic movie. At Oakland International, travelers are posting images of completely empty terminal wings. One comment that stuck with me read, "You could hear your footsteps echo like walking through a museum after closing time." Cincinnati's airport has actually downsized their TSA security lines because they simply don't need the capacity anymore. Sacramento's international departure boards, once bustling with destinations around the world, now show mostly blank screens or repetitive domestic flights. The human cost is staggering. Thousands of airline workers, pilots, flight attendants, ground crews, baggage handlers, are seeing their hours cut or their contracts terminated entirely. JetBlue canceled their Latin American expansion plans. Alaska Airlines quietly eliminated service to multiple Midwestern cities, citing unsustainable passenger volumes. But here's what's really scary. If this trend continues, we could see permanent changes to America's aviation network. Smaller cities might find themselves completely cut off from international travel connections. The ripple effects are devastating America's tourism-dependent cities. Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, saw visitor numbers drop by nearly 900,000 year over year. Even with hotels slashing room rates by 40%, they can't fill their properties. Hawaii tells an even more dramatic story. International arrivals, particularly from Japan and South Korea, plummeted by over 40%. For an island economy built on tourism, this isn't just a setback. It's an existential crisis. Part of the problem lies in America's increasingly bureaucratic visa system. In countries like India, Brazil, and the Philippines, tourists are waiting 8 to 16 months just for a visa interview appointment. That's before they even find out if they're approved. Travel agents across these regions report that many clients are simply giving up, choosing destinations with faster, more predictable processes instead. Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department continues to underfund consular offices, creating bottlenecks that turn potential visitors away long before they ever board a plane. Then there's the perception of safety. Countries like Canada, Germany, and Australia have updated their travel advisories for the United States in 2025, citing concerns about gun violence, political unrest, and public safety incidents. These aren't alarmist warnings. They're genuine concerns from governments trying to protect their citizens. When viral videos showing street crime in major cities or aggressive airport security incidents go global, they don't just get views, they change behavior. While American airports sit half empty, airports in Tokyo, Lisbon, Istanbul, and Medellin are bursting at the seams. The countries winning the tourism game right now are those that have mastered the art of making travel easy, affordable, and welcoming. Portugal offers visa-free entry to 180 countries and markets itself as Europe's friendliest destination. Vietnam and Colombia are attracting digital nomads and budget travelers in unprecedented numbers. Even Mexico has evolved beyond its resort reputation to become a hub for cultural, eco, and adventure tourism. The real heartbreak is in America's small communities. The mom-and-pop restaurants in Santa Fe, the bed and breakfasts in Vermont, the walking tour guides in Savannah. These businesses don't have corporate safety nets. They rely on seasonal tourism booms, often making their entire annual income in just 3 to 4 months. When flights get canceled and travelers stay home, it's not just the major hotel chains that suffer. It's the local cafes, bookstores, artists, and entire town economies that suddenly find themselves fighting for survival. In today's digital world, perception is shaped by TikToks and Instagram Reels, not glossy travel brochures. Influencers who once showcased Times Square and the Golden Gate Bridge are now highlighting hidden gems in Croatia, Thailand, and Peru. The hashtags tell the story. Avoid USA, travel better elsewhere, overpriced USA. Budget travel communities are actively advising their followers to avoid American airports due to delays, costs, and stress. A single viral post showing a family spending $1,200 for 3 nights in a roadside motel does more damage than any official tourism report. So here's the multi-billion-dollar question. Can American tourism recover, or has it lost its magic for good? The honest answer is that it depends. A real recovery will require completely overhauling immigration processes, rebuilding international trust, investing in infrastructure, and rebranding America as a welcoming, exciting, and safe destination. But it also depends on something deeper, whether Americans themselves want to be global hosts again. Tourism is a handshake between cultures, and right now, too many people around the world feel like that handshake is being withheld. So I want to hear from you. What's your take on this tourism crisis? Have you experienced empty airports, canceled trips, or changed your travel plans this year? Do you think America can reclaim its position as the world's top destination? Or is the damage already done? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this deep dive helped you understand what's really happening behind the headlines, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth explorations of the stories shaping our world, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and here's hoping your next adventure, wherever it takes you, is everything you're dreaming of.